Hey everyone, thanks for joining us in our next video in the Algebra video series. In this video, we're going to focus on solving a system of equations using the calculator and RREF. So let's pull up a system of equations where we can do that. So the first thing we need to do is that when we're using the calculator to do matrix operations, we need to make sure that we have all of the variables on the left and all of the constants on the right. So that's always the first step in these situations. So let's pull the first equation over here so that we can rearrange things. It's not too bad for this one. All we have to do is add 4y to both sides, and we can very quickly get to x plus 4y equals 8. And everything's good there. So now let's pull the second equation over and start moving things there. Let's start with the variables, getting all those to the left. So let's add 1/8 x to both sides so that we would have 1/8 x plus 1/2 y minus 3 equals 0. And then all we have to do is add 3 to both sides, and we have 1/8 x plus 1/2 y equals 3. So now that we have our equations in the right form, let's copy them over here so that we can get them into an augmented matrix. Now remember, when it comes to an augmented matrix, the number of rows is going to be equal to the number of equations we have, and the number of columns is going to be the number of variables plus constants that we have. So we're going to have a 2×3 matrix, where the first column is the x coefficients, the second column is the y coefficients, and the third column are all the constants. So now that we have our augmented matrix, we're ready to use the calculator. So let's pull that up and we can start typing some things in. So everything matrix related is right here under this matrix word, and since that word is blue, I have to hit the second button to get to it. So we're going to hit second x to the -1 button to access the matrix menu. Now, the first thing we have to do is we have to tell it, hey, this is the matrix we want you to do stuff on. So we're going to go to the edit column on the right and say, A, we want to do matrix A. We could really pick any matrix, but we're just going to use the first one. It pulls up a 1×1 0 matrix, and we need to say we want a 2×3 matrix. So we put the cursor on the first one up there, hit 2, enter, put it on the second one, hit 3, enter, and it'll pull up a blank 2×3 matrix. From there, we're going to put in all of the values we see here in our augmented matrix, one row at a time. So we'll hit 1, enter, 4, enter, 8, enter, 1/8, enter, 1/2, enter, and 3, enter. And the calculator will immediately convert our fractions into decimals, which is totally fine. So now that we have our matrix in, we're going to go back to the home screen because we're ready to do the math on the matrix now. So we're going to hit second quit in order to do that. Once we're back on the home screen, we're going to go back into our matrix menu by hitting that second x to the -1 button. But this time we're going to go to the middle column where all the math stuff is. And we're going to scroll down until we get to RREF. Now again, we've got to be careful because right above RREF is REF. And we have to make sure we choose RREF for the method that we're using. So we're going to hit enter on RREF, and then we're going to have to tell it which matrix we want to do this RREF on. So again, second x to the -1 to pull up our matrix menu, and we're going to choose our matrix A right there in that first column. So that we have RREF, matrix A, and then we're going to close parentheses to close the operation, and then we're going to hit enter to get our reduced row echelon form. So now that we have that, we're going to copy that down and talk about any potential solution we have. So just like with our augmented matrix where every row was an equation, the same thing applies here. So my first row in my reduced matrix is 1x plus 4y equals 0. And the second row becomes 0x plus 0y equals 1. And hopefully that immediately sets off some alarm bells, because we can't have 0 on the left and 1 on the right. That actually gave us a false equation. And if we have a false equation in our reduced form, immediately the answer is no solution. So what's going on when we have no solution like this? Well, what that tells us is that these two lines that we have are actually parallel lines in a plane. And if we were to graph them, we would pretty quickly see that these lines are never going to intersect. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next video.